Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now, it's real time.
And we're really lucky. We've got Del Stevens here in the studio, AKA Tuna Dog. Y'all have heard of him before, especially if you chase tuna here in Oregon and Washington. And for those folks in California that might be watching, or for that matter, even over on the East Coast, for crying out loud, Del, you're well known. It's good to see you, man.
Thanks.
It's been a long time. How you been?
Good. Been really good.
I know prior to the show, we were just talking about, what have you been up to? You said you've been getting into long-range shooting.
Yeah, I've been doing that, springer fishing like everybody else.
Sure.
And then getting tournaments ready for the summer.
Yeah.
And getting the boat ready for offshore.
Yeah.
We're already fishing offshore for bottom fish. So.
Yeah, with a boat like yours, that's got to be kind of a year-round thing, making sure that thing is good to go.
I always do some spring maintenance on it every year, and it generally takes a month and a half to get the boat ready.
Right. Do you use it for spring Chinook fishing on the Columbia?
No, but with the electric trolling motor I'm putting on it, I could.
Oh, on a boat that big, you're going to have, I'm assuming you're going to have one of the Garmin bow mounts on there?
Yep, the Kraken, 90-inch Kraken.
That's 90-inch. That's how long they're making them now. It's just amazing. Technology is just phenomenal. Well, we're here to talk about your upcoming seminar that you've got going on over at Fisherman's Marine at the Delta Park location. What can folks that are watching, again, I kind of laid it out on purpose. If you have already got a lot of experience chasing tuna, or maybe you're just new and wanting to get into it, what can they learn when they come see you at Fisherman's?
Well, this seminar is a little bit different than a lot of the seminars I give because a lot of times I'm limited by time.
Sure.
Sports shows I have 50 minutes, and this seminar I don't. So I'll give one of my longer seminars, which will go way more in depth. It'll start out with the basics. And most people learn to tuna fish by trolling.
Sure.
So we'll cover that.
Right.
And then we'll move on to some more advanced techniques. We'll talk about jigging the, working the iron, jig rods, the components of the rod and the reel, and what makes them unique.
Sure.
The jigs, how they're different, and then we'll do a little bit of live bait fishing.
Okay.
And then I'll also talk a little bit about the bluefin tuna that are going to start showing up probably in a little bit better numbers.
That's an interesting story. You had mentioned before, offline, that we might start seeing more bluefin off of our coast along with our albacore fishery, which is one of the best in the world, but you're going to start seeing more bluefin. Why is that?
Well, in 2009, the biomass was at its lowest it's been in many, many years, and it took them till about 2016 for the U.S. and some of the countries like Mexico and Japan and South Korea and Taiwan to all sign a treaty and an agreement to better manage them, and most of the bluefin were being caught in nets off Japan.
Go figure.
That's being changed,
Interesting.
and with better management practices, where Southern California's already seen the benefit of it. The Bay Area and Northern California they're gearing up. They're starting to see a lot more fish. We're starting to see some more fish up here, but we're going to start seeing even more of them.
So still primarily the fishery is albacore.
Yep.
But you're going to start seeing some of these show up in that catch. You better be prepared, because I'm sure that the gear that folks are typically chasing albacore with might be a little bit less or a little bit light in comparison to what you might need for bluefin.
Well, they'll be light, even if they get the fish to the side of the boat. The end game on a big tuna is really important, how
Sure.
you handle that fish in order to get him in the boat.
Right.
It's
not like wicked tuna where everybody off our coast has a winch to throw them into the boat. And I hope that you do run across one that you'd have to do that. Good luck getting it landed if you don't have the right gear. And those are all things that they can learn when they get to your seminar.
Yeah, this is one, like I said, this is one of my longer seminars, so it'll be a lot more information, and it'll be coming out like a fire hose, because I just, my slide presentation is 96 pages.
Wow.
And there's just a lot of information.
All right.
Covering outriggers and, just all the equipment on a boat as well as the gear.
Yeah, which is extensive. I mean, it's a commitment to get into the tuna fishery, but there's a reason why, and Del knows this better than anyone. There's a reason why there's been a mass exodus of folks like myself that have big sleds of tons of money wrapped up into those things and then sell them and get themselves offshore boats, glass boats, where they can go out and chase these things and have, I would say better fisheries than what we do for spring Chinook here in Oregon. I guess that's a safe statement.
Yeah.
But you got to have the right gear. So maybe that's what we'll talk about when we come back from this break. If you're new at it, some of the things that you might want to pay attention to so that you can get started safely and maybe have some success when you get out there, right? That's the most important, well, maybe not the most important thing. Safety would be that. Maybe we'll talk that too with Del Stevens when we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive new Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.